Hey everybody, so today I am here to give a review of a test and service called Let's Get Checked. The first thing I'm going to do is give you information about it and give you all the details so you can understand what this review is about and what they offer. And then I'm going to pan to a shot of Mark and I looking at the test and all the steps we took when he actually took it, and then after that we will be discussing the results with you guys, and then after that at the very end I will give you guys my thoughts and opinions about how everything was. So let's get into the details first. Like I said, this review is about a test that we got from Let's Get Checked, and what they are is a company that offers patient-led personal health testing that you can order yourself and do it all at home. You can purchase their tests from their website, which I will have a link to down below, and as far as how much they cost, it varies on test to test. So depending on what test you're interested in or you're looking at getting, depends on the cost. Now, as far as why you'd want to do one of these at-home tests, and I will get to the tests that they offer just after this, but as far as why, I feel like there might be a few different reasons. The first one being, as a citizen of the United States, healthcare here and the costs involved with it vary from person to person based off of insurance plans, and laboratory costs can cost an arm and a leg. And you also just might want some privacy about it. All the data that they collect is all coded in what they call alphanumeric codes. I'm not going to pretend to know what that is, but from the gist it sounds like you're less of a name and more of a number, so you have complete security throughout the process and you're good to go. So there's a few different reasons why you'd want to do this, but us personally living in the United States and with our insurance coverage, these kind of tests we have to pay out of pocket for. So it gets very expensive very quickly, but I'll get into that later during my whole kind of review portion of this. Now, as far as the tests that they offer so many different ones. We got ones revolved around hormone levels, but that's because we're trying to conceive, but they have plenty of other tests. I'm actually going to put a screenshot in right here of all the different tests that they offer. So from general health, sexual health, like I said, hormones, they've got so many different options for you to choose from. I definitely feel like there's a little bit of everything in there for you. Now that we covered that, I just want to go over some of the steps involved when it comes to actually taking the test, because we didn't show every single test. One, because of privacy. Two, because there's also blood involved, and I know a lot of people don't like that. So we skipped showing you some of the steps, but I did want to go over them in case you do end up purchasing a test so you can kind of know what to expect. So the first step is to obviously buy whatever test you're interested or you want to take. You'll receive it in the mail. From there, you're just going to follow the test instructions. You're going to fill out your test and make sure all that information is correct. You're going to want to go ahead and activate your test right before taking it. Activating the test is super important because they cannot process your order if you do not activate your test beforehand. So you want to make sure and do that before you go ahead and take the test. So you do that, and then you're just going to follow the directions for however you take your test. Depending on whatever test you take depends on what kind of sample you're going to have to send in. But just make sure you follow the directions. You know, you're putting as much in, you know, you're just following all of those, because that is very important, obviously, when taking some kind of test like this. No matter which one you choose, it's just very important you follow all the directions. And then after you collect your sample, whatever it might be, you're just going to follow the directions on how to package it up and how, you know, you're going to put things on how to ship them out. And then once you get all of that ready to go, you're going to want to return it to either a post office or UPS as soon as possible. Your directions should say where you need to drop those off at, but just be aware that you really want to turn it in as soon as possible. Don't just be letting it sit around at home. I do believe there's actually a time frame. Again, all in the directions. The directions are super thorough, and you really don't have any questions after reading all of it, but just make sure you're paying attention to all of that. So after you submit it, you're going to get your results in about 2 to 5 days online. However, if your levels are out of range, you will receive a call from them, and you'll talk to somebody from their medical team, and they'll go over the results with you, and then they'll release the results online so you can look at them more closely. We'll go over at the end of the video why I appreciate that so much, but that is about it for all the details about Let's Get Checked. Now, before I show you the other parts of this video, I did want to mention that both Mark and I got a test. However, my test had to be taken on a certain day within my cycle, so I did not get the test in time to take it when I was supposed to. So if I do not get pregnant this month, I will be taking it when I'm supposed to, and I'll do a follow-up review on mine. And if I do not need it, saying I do get pregnant this month, then you'll still want to stay tuned for a video about that test, just trust me. But for this video, it is just all about Mark, since we did have that little bit where I couldn't take mine, but he definitely could. So now I'm just going to pan you to a shot of the day that we got his test open and did it and all that good stuff, and go to that right now. Okay, so our tests are in and Mark is going to take his, but this is what the inside of the test looks like. I'm covering up the information that you fill out before you send this in. It has stuff like his test ID number and different stuff like that, but as you can see, there's the bio down there, and we're going to go ahead and fill this up off camera so you guys don't have to look at the blood or anything, and we will be back in just a few seconds to show you guys, and then we're going to be off to send this via UPS. Okay, so Mark is cleaning up right now. We got the collection that we needed to, and then I'm just going to stick it in this box. And we already filled out all the forms and all that stuff on the box. And then you just go ahead and you put the box into the bag here. And we are actually going to go pick up Sophie from preschool right now, and on our way drop this off at the UPS store. You guys will see us in just a couple seconds going over the results when they come in for Mark. Alright guys, so it is Monday night and we have the results from Mark's test back, and when we were planning out this video, we were going to find out the results with you guys by looking at them online, but actually one of the medical team members called Mark and also spoke with him via email, and we kind of found out the results unexpectedly, kind of different than what we had planned, but we're going to go over them now with you guys. And just to recap, Mark took the male hormone advanced test. It cost $189, and it includes testosterone, sex hormone binding globulin or SHBG, free androgen index or FAI, ostriodol. I'm probably not saying that right. I'm just going to put these all across the bottom. And then also prolactin. I know that one. But these hormones, I'm just going to go over and say each time what his levels were and what they mean. You know, like why these hormones are important. But I thought I would read you the little excerpt they have about all the hormones whenever your test results come back. It says, the male hormone test provides a broad picture of a man's hormonal health by looking at a few key hormones. All the ones that I've already told you. SBGH binds itself to your testosterone and cancels it out. Free androgen index will calculate that amount of free testosterone in your blood, which is extremely important for a man's health. So the first hormone we're going to go over is that ostriodol, that I'm sure I'm butchering and making everybody cringe who actually knows how to say it. But his range was in the normal, and it says that it is a steroid hormone that controls erectile function, libido, and spermatogenesis. Hopefully I'm saying that one right. I'm going to be putting a lot of stuff on the bottom of this screen. And like I said, his results for that came back in the normal range, which is obviously great. The next one we're going to do is prolactin. Again, he was in the normal range, and this is responsible for testosterone secretion and the development of mature spermatozoas. We are out of our league here, people, if you couldn't tell. But again, in the normal range, so great. And then his free androgen index came back in the normal range, and the ratio is used to determine androgen or the male sex hormone status. And again, that came back normal. And then the sex hormone binding globulin or SHBG also came back in the normal range, and it says that it is a glycoprotein that binds itself to testosterone. It's responsible for transporting hormones through the bloodstream in their biologically inactive forms. Sounds important. So again, that one was normal. And then the last hormone is testosterone, and it's actually the reason why they called us with the results, and that they say on the website that
Testosterone is a steroid hormone that regulates the development of secondary sex characteristics, fertility, muscle mass distribution, and red blood cell production. So it is an important hormone, and he scored technically in the normal range, but it's low normal, and low normal doesn't always mean everything's okay, especially if you're having symptoms of low testosterone. And that was one of the reasons why Mark was pretty eager to take this test, because he has been having symptoms for literally years. So I'll let him tell you a little bit about that, and I'll shut up now.
So it's kind of like to see this was kind of like a light bulb. I went to the doctor probably close to 4 years ago now, and told them that seemed like I was fatigued all the time. I didn't really have a lot of extra energy to do, extracurricular activities, and I felt like I was weak, like I haven't had the strength that I used to, and I had sleep study done, that didn't show anything. I had blood work over the course of 3 years for a ton of liver stuff that he thought something was going on.
Literally so
celiac
many.
disease,
Yeah.
thyroid things, and nothing ever really showed anything. And I'm kind of mad at my doctor for never even checking this. And I guess I probably should have brought it up, but I just was kind of following my doctor's lead.
Yeah, we would always like make little remarks of like, oh, maybe you have low T or something, because you do hear about men who suffer from it do have all those symptoms of, no energy and just so many other things but I don't think either one of us thought, well, if it's something that actually could be a possibility, maybe our doctors would say something about it, but they never did.
Yeah, I think I looked real quick online for it, and it was saying that you really don't need check till around 35, but that's not to say that people can't have issues earlier. So I just kind of brushed it off, and now seeing this, it's like I said, like a light bulb that, with it being this low normal that they call it, with having these symptoms, there's probably a real issue here. So I'm really looking forward to I'm gonna go to a new doctor because, well, her doctor.
Yeah. The one who took me seriously.
So I'm done seeing him because he obviously didn't help me out. I think I need to see somebody new and pursue this and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I think that we're just both really thankful. It was just kind of nice to know, especially since we are trying to conceive, and we've read a lot of stuff since getting these results. And testosterone doesn't always affect trying to conceive. Sometimes you can have a great sperm analysis and also suffer from low testosterone, but these are the steps that we're gonna have to take and like look into, because you never know. So I know that I'm really thankful that we've gotten the chance to take this, well, he took this test, and maybe I'll have a chance to take mine as well, but it's been really eye-opening and really thankful for it. But those are all his results, and now I think I'm just gonna pan you to a shot of me finishing up the video with my review. Okay, so now that we've got all the details out of the way, Mark took the test, we saw the results, talked to you guys about it, and all that good stuff, I now wanted to give my review, and that is that I love this company and what they're doing. When I found them, I knew immediately I wanted to work with them, because to me, it really hit something that's really close to home. I know not everybody's going to have my perspective, but being a US citizen, and one of the things that unfortunately we have to pay out of pocket for is laboratory tests. It costs an arm and a leg. We've had testing done for the girls' laboratory tests before, and they costed $1,500. Every time I went for an HCG draw after my miscarriage, it was $150. You guys know how many I had of those. The panel that my doctor did to rule out anything else other than fibromyalgia, that costed $1,300. It is not cheap. It is not cheap, anything healthcare wise ever. But this is one area that has always really touched home for me, because
We don't get laboratory tests because we want to, because there's nothing better that we want to spend our money on. It's because we're looking for answers. No matter what you're getting tested, no matter what you're trying to figure out, you're trying to get answers to a question that you have. And it's absolutely infuriating that those kind of tests cost that much. I mean, the celiac disease test that I had ran by my doctor, I got the bill for it. It costed $600. It just absolutely blows my mind. That is absolutely not affordable. It is not. It's so hard not to go on a rant and a rampage of all my feelings about this, but when I saw a company offer all this different testing for really affordable prices, and I know that it's still hundreds of dollars, I understand that, but at the same time, that is a fraction, a small fraction of what we've had to pay in the past. And that's really what drew me into them. But through the experience of actually taking the test and talking to so many different members of their team, and Mark also talking to people from their team, it really showed also that they care. You know, it's not like they're just like, oh, there's a market for this, let's make a product, let's do a service and just sell these things, you know, because this is a more affordable option. It's also that they care, that they want to provide this service for people so they can have their answers, which is just so refreshing, can I just say. So everything from start to finish has been such a smooth and easy process. And I also want to mention that I greatly appreciated the fact that they want to call you and talk about your results and talk about different stuff like that they wanted to do with Mark, because that just means a lot. You know, they're not just posting these results that may show less than, you know, great results and being like, well, there's your results, there you go. They don't do that. You know, they want to call you, they want to talk to you about it, they want to like walk you through things. The email that they sent Mark, you know, it included different ways to naturally try and boost his testosterone, just different stuff like that. You can tell that it's not, oh, send us some blood, we'll give you some results, and that's it. It very much goes above and beyond that. You know, they're caring about it, and that just means so much. I had pretty high expectations, but they kind of just blew them out of the water with this whole experience. I want to say that I want to take mine, but at the same time, if I get pregnant this month, that'd be amazing. But, you know, I am looking forward to, in the event that I'm not pregnant, taking this test. You know, it's been so smooth. It's gone so great. They were so nice, so caring, and I don't know, like, I'm just looking forward to taking that test should I have to and getting those answers back. And it was just a really smooth and nice experience. I really feel like whether you're like me in a position of needing to find more affordable ways to get laboratory results, or if you just want to discreetly test at home in the privacy of your own home, I think this is a great option. Like I said, I know $130, $190, things like that. I know it's not cheap, but at the same time, it is an amazing service. There's also a lot of places that won't even do any testing on us. Our insurance won't allow us to get testing done until we have had so many miscarriages, or, you know, it's been so many months of not getting pregnant and things like that. And I feel like this gives us answers in ways that we couldn't have gotten before. So for that, I'll be forever thankful. I just, again, from start to finish, this process has been exceptional. I would recommend it hands down to anybody who's been thinking about it. And like I said, it does not have to just be for trying to conceive. It can be for all of the different tests that I showed, whether it's sexual health, general health, hormone levels, you name it. Like I showed you that picture, there's so many different ones to choose from. So even if you are not trying to conceive and maybe there's something else you've been wondering about, I would definitely check them out. And like I said, if I do not get pregnant this month, I will be taking my test and I'll be reviewing that and I'll be sharing the results with you guys, and we'll just do this all over again. But even if I don't end up taking it, you're gonna still want to be on the lookout for a video about it. So that is everything for this review. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.